1 in 2 adults at some point in their lifetime are going to develop cancer. So this is a pretty alarming rise.
But here's the good news. With the right knowledge and lifestyle choices, you can fight back. In fact, studies have shown that certain foods can significantly lower your risk. Up next, we'll reveal 5 unstoppable vegetables that have been proven to destroy cancer cells and boost your chances of living a long, healthy life. Get ready. We're about to reveal the unstoppable vegetables that can help protect you from cancer, if you know how to prepare them right. We'll give you the essential tips for maximizing their powerful effects and show you what mistakes to avoid. And as a special bonus, stick around until the end where we'll uncover one surprising vegetable that most people use daily, but when prepared incorrectly, could actually increase your risk of cancer instead of lowering it. Number 1. Broccoli is one of the most powerful anti-cancer vegetables due to its high content of sulforaphane, a compound that has been shown to target and eliminate cancer stem cells, which are responsible for tumor growth and spread. Sulforaphane works by promoting the production of detoxifying enzymes that protect cells from DNA damage, a key factor in cancer development. Additionally, broccoli is rich in antioxidants like vitamins C and K, which further protect cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are linked to cancer. How to prepare? Lightly steam. Steaming broccoli for about 3 to 4 minutes is the best way to preserve its sulforaphane content. This method helps release the enzyme myrosinase, which is essential for converting glucoraphanin, a compound found in broccoli, into sulforaphane. Avoid overcooking, as this can destroy the beneficial enzymes and reduce the availability of sulforaphane. Add mustard seeds. If you need to cook broccoli longer or prefer frozen broccoli, which often loses some of its natural myrosinase, adding mustard seeds, radishes, or wasabi can restore the sulforaphane content because they contain similar enzymes that catalyze the formation of sulforaphane. What not to do? Avoid microwaving. Microwaving broccoli, especially for long periods, can destroy much of its beneficial nutrients, including sulforaphane. If you must microwave, do so for no more than 1 minute to minimize nutrient loss. Don't boil. Boiling broccoli for too long leaches out water-soluble vitamins and glucosinolates, reducing its cancer-fighting potential. Dr. Berg, what is your experience of broccoli?
So there's this one nutrient that has been researched over 2,000 times, and 30 of those research projects involved human clinical trials, okay? So anytime something has been researched that much, it gets my attention. So I want to talk about it. Sulforaphane. It's not a vitamin, it's not a mineral, it's not a trace mineral, it's not a fatty acid, it's a phytonutrient. So the question is, why are researchers looking at this molecule? I mean, it's a tremendous amount of time and money to invest in this one nutrient. So before I get into what it does, let's first talk about where you can get it from, okay? Well, you can get them from many different plants, but the one that has the most is the broccoli sprout. Now, if we compare a broccoli sprout or even a broccoli microgreen, which I'm going to explain in a minute, into an adult broccoli vegetable, you have a factor of 10 to 100 times more sulforaphane in that baby plant than the adult vegetable. That's significant, not 100% more. I'm talking like 10 to 100 times more of this very specific sulforaphane nutrient. So we have this cycle from a seed to this adult plant. So it goes through a sprout phase, which is between 2 and 5 days. And then it goes through the next phase, which is the microgreen, right? Microgreens, you probably see them in the grocery store or at the farmer's market, but it takes 10 to 14 days to make a microgreen. Then you have baby greens, like the baby green lettuce leaf, which is between 15 to 40 days. And then the adult vegetable takes between 40 to 150 days. So if we break down this whole cycle of this plant, the majority of nutrients, especially the phytonutrients, they kind of spike between the 7th and the 14th day. And it's interesting because the average person consumes only like 1.5 cups of vegetables and basically almost zero amount of microgreens or sprouts, but they do consume a lot of grains, right? And so what's so different about the grain or the seed, which is the same thing, and the sprout or the microgreen is that the microgreen and the sprout have much less anti-nutrients, okay, than the seed does. and as the adult vegetable does. So across the board, these microgreens are not only so super concentrated with not just vitamins and minerals, but phytonutrients, the antioxidants, the things that can actually help you prevent cancer, but they also have the least amount of anti-nutrients that irritates the gut, that creates problems for people. But way more people consume the grains, and they're getting a lot of anti-nutrients. They're getting a lot of phytic acid, which blocks minerals like zinc, calcium, iron, things like that. And they have no problem eating the grains, but they just don't eat enough microgreens or vegetables in general. Now, if you think about this, just the concentration of nutrients, you don't need nearly the quantities of microgreens or sprouts than you do the adult vegetable to get a good amount of nutrition. So you can actually have less of that. And for many people, that's a good thing because they have a hard time consuming 7 to 10 cups of vegetables. So if you're just doing a fraction of these microgreens, you can get a serious amount of these phytonutrients and the benefits of the phytonutrients. Big Pharma is spending a lot of money studying these sprouts and these phytonutrients in sprouts and microgreens because they're loaded with all sorts of chemicals that give certain effects. Unfortunately, the model of medicine is like you have this one magic bullet for this one symptom, but wouldn't it be better to have a whole complex food that can have a huge wide range of effects to your body? So let's go through these effects that microgreens and sprouts can give you, and phytonutrients in general, and specifically the sulforaphane one. The first thing is you get the prevention of chronic disease. Anything chronic involving inflammation can be helped. Sulforaphane induces this compound called Nr.2, which gives a potent anti-inflammatory effect. It's not that there's something in the sulforaphane that's giving you something that's similar to that gene. It's turning on something that's already in your body that's then going to get rid of inflammation. It's pretty wild. If there's anything chronic and degenerative, that's where you can apply this. So we're talking about arthritis, Alzheimer's, any chronic inflammatory disorder. Now, the other thing that they really study it for is its effect on cancer. It's very anti-cancer. In fact, Hopkins tried to get the patents, but they got sued and they never got the patents. So they dropped it like a hot potato. But if they're trying to get the patents and spend all the money and they already did the research, then it's legitimate. Sulforaphane has the ability to...
Thank you, Dr. Eric Berg, for this valuable information to our viewers. We agree that broccoli have some amazing properties to fight cancer. Nr.2 Garlic. Garlic is a potent cancer fighter, largely due to its sulfur-containing compounds, particularly allicin. Allicin is released when garlic is chopped or crushed, and it has been found to induce apoptosis, programmed cell death in cancer cells without harming healthy cells. Studies suggest that garlic can reduce the risk of several types of cancer, including stomach, colorectal, and prostate cancers. Garlic also enhances the immune system's ability to detect and destroy cancer cells and has anti-inflammatory properties that further reduce cancer risk. How to prepare. Crush or chop garlic cloves and let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes before cooking. This waiting period allows the enzyme allinase to convert alliin into allicin, the compound responsible for garlic's anti-cancer properties. Once formed, allicin can withstand heat better, so your garlic retains its potency even after cooking. For maximum benefit, consider adding raw garlic to your dishes. Raw garlic preserves the highest levels of allicin. You can add it to salads, dressings, or mix it into dips like guacamole or hummus. What not to do. Avoid overheating. Cooking garlic at high temperatures above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius for an extended period can deactivate allinase, preventing the formation of allicin. If you need to cook garlic, add it towards the end of the cooking process to minimize heat exposure. Don't use pre-minced garlic. Pre-minced garlic often loses its beneficial compounds during processing and storage. Fresh garlic is always a better choice. Dr. Berg, what is your opinion to increase the benefits of garlic?
I'm going to show you how to maximize the anti-cancer effects of garlic, okay? Now, when you combine these two chemicals, crush them together, allin, which is an amino acid, and allinase, which is an enzyme, both in the garlic clove, you get this chemical called allicin. So to maximize this potent anti-cancer chemical, okay, And it can kill cancer different ways too. It's not just one way. You have to crush it and you have to wait 10 minutes, okay, to maximize the effect. If you crush it and consume it too fast, you won't get the maximum benefits. If you crush it or don't crush it and you heat it, you destroy 99% of allicin and you lose those anti-cancer effects. Not a good situation. Same thing if you microwave it. And another problem people have is they take these garlic cloves and they just stick it in their stew or their food, but they don't crush it. So we need to crush it, okay? You can chop it. Also, if you soak it in acid, you will diminish allicin. So don't add it with apple cider vinegar. Also, if you put it in very, very hot tea, that can also limit the potency, okay? Because again, heat can inhibit this enzyme action. And of course, we know about what it does to your breath. So you can just add some mint or chew on some mint leaves, and that works like a charm. But garlic, specifically allicin, has potent anti-cancer effects. It's great to support your blood sugars. It's fantastic for cardiovascular function, including thinning of the blood, okay, to prevent a clot, helping regulate your cholesterol if you're concerned about that, and helping with lowering your blood pressure. It's also antimicrobial, big time. So if there's any type of fungus or infection going on in your body, take garlic. Garlic also helps increase your endurance. So if you want to go longer without getting tired when you're exercising, garlic is the answer for that. And garlic is very anti-inflammatory. And there's so many conditions that involve inflammation, especially arthritis. All right, so there you go. Now you know how to enhance the effects of garlic.
Thank you, Dr. Berg, for this information. Garlic is an amazing vegetable. Number 3. Kale. Kale is another cruciferous vegetable that is packed with cancer-fighting nutrients. It contains high levels of glucosinolates, which are converted into biologically active compounds like indoles and isothiocyanates during digestion. These compounds have been shown to inhibit the growth of cancer cells by blocking the activation of carcinogens and promoting the detoxification of harmful substances. Kale is also rich in antioxidants, including beta-carotene, quercetin, and camphorol, which help protect cells from oxidative damage and inflammation, both of which are linked to cancer development. How to prepare. Lightly steaming or sauté kale for about 5 minutes enhances the availability of its glucosinolates by breaking down the cell walls, while still preserving its nutrients. This method also reduces the bitterness of kale, making it more palatable without compromising its cancer-fighting properties. Pair with healthy fats. Kale's fat-soluble antioxidants, such as beta-carotene, are better absorbed when consumed with healthy fats. Consider pairing kale with olive oil, avocado, or nuts for a nutrient boost. What not to do. Boiling kale for too long can reduce its levels of glucosinolates and water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C. Boiling can also make kale mushy and less appealing to eat. Don't overcook. Overcooking kale can produce a strong, unpleasant sulfur smell and destroy some of its beneficial compounds. Number 4. Carrots. Carrots are well known for their high beta-carotene content, a powerful antioxidant that the body converts into vitamin A. Beta-carotene has been associated with a reduced risk of several types of cancer, particularly lung, prostate, and stomach cancers. Carrots also contain falcarinol, a natural pesticide found in the vegetable that has been shown to reduce the risk of cancer by slowing the growth of cancer cells. Additionally, the fiber in carrots aids in digestive health, which is crucial for reducing the risk of colorectal cancer. How to prepare. Cooking carrots lightly, either by steaming or roasting, can increase the availability of beta-carotene. The heat breaks down the cell walls, making it easier for your body to absorb this nutrient. Aim for a tender crisp texture, which indicates that the carrots are cooked enough to enhance nutrient availability without overcooking. Like kale, the beta-carotene in carrots is fat-soluble, meaning it's best absorbed when eaten with a source of fat. Adding a small amount of olive oil, butter, or avocado to your carrot dishes can help maximize their cancer-fighting potential. What not to do. Avoid frying. Frying carrots, especially at high temperatures, can cause the loss of valuable nutrients and the formation of harmful compounds like acrylamide, which is linked to cancer. Don't peel too deeply. The skin of carrots contains a higher concentration of nutrients compared to the inner part. If possible, wash carrots thoroughly and avoid peeling them, or peel them lightly to retain more nutrients. Number 5. Spinach. Spinach is a leafy green vegetable rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful antioxidants that protect against oxidative damage and reduce inflammation. These antioxidants have been linked to a lower risk of developing cancer, particularly of the breast, lung, and stomach. Spinach also contains high levels of chlorophyll, which has been shown to bind to carcinogenic substances in the body, such as heterocyclic amines produced when grilling meats, and prevent them from being absorbed into the bloodstream. The folate in spinach also plays a role in DNA repair and replication, which is vital for preventing the mutations that lead to cancer. How to prepare. Eat raw or lightly cooked. Spinach is incredibly versatile and can be consumed raw in salads or smoothies to retain its full nutrient profile. Lightly cooking spinach, such as steaming or sauté for just a few minutes, can also enhance the bioavailability of certain nutrients like lutein and beta-carotene without significant nutrient loss. Pair with vitamin C. To maximize iron absorption from spinach, which is non-heme plant-based and less readily absorbed, pair it with a source of vitamin C like citrus fruits, bell peppers, or tomatoes. Vitamin C transforms iron into a more absorbable form, boosting your body's uptake. What not to do. Avoid boiling. Boiling spinach can cause the loss of water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C and folate, as well as minerals like calcium, which can leach into the cooking water. This also applies to prolonged cooking methods, which can reduce spinach's overall nutrient content. Overcooking spinach can result in significant nutrient loss, especially of heat-sensitive antioxidants like vitamin C and carotenoids. Overcooking can also give spinach a less appealing, mushy texture. At last we come to our bonus vegetables that maybe will surprise you. It's tea. Yes, tea. Tea comes from a plant and vegetables are plants you eat. It was a surprise for us also. Please let us know in the comments if you think tea is a vegetables or not. Now let's react to Dr. William Lee and his knowledge about tea.
Green tea. Now, green tea contains catechins that have been shown to lower the risk of colon cancer, stomach cancer, esophageal cancer, cancers of the gut, actually, because you're sipping the green tea and it's flowing down and touching your entire GI tract. Now, what's in green tea? Something called catechins, specifically EGCG. All right, Edward George, Charlie George. And this is actually something that I've studied. I'm a researcher. I have actually studied food as medicine in the lab, specifically green tea. And I can tell you that this is a natural chemical found in tea leaves that when you brew a cup of tea, the EGCG comes out into the liquid. So whether you actually have tea bags, you have loose tea leaves, or you have some powdered tea, which is another form of getting it. And whether it is green tea, whether it's matcha, you're all getting this catechin into your system. So what does EGCG do in the body? Well, something quite amazing. Drinking tea has been shown by cancer researchers to lower inflammation, which is, of course, one of the drivers for cancer. Green tea also boosts the immune system. Now, we all have cancers growing inside our body. It's a natural part of being alive. When our cells divide, they make mistakes, and each of those tiny little mistakes is a microscopic cancer. But our immune system wings by, finds that microscopic cancer, and takes it out like a sniper. And so good, strong immunity is actually cancer fighting, and green tea actually does that as well. But the thing that I think is most remarkable is that the catechins found in green tea cut off the blood supply to tumors. Now, all tumors are harmless until they actually get a blood supply. And this is a process called tumor angiogenesis. Now, our normal cells, our normal tissues have angiogenesis. We need them in order to be able to heal our wounds. But tumors hijack this process okay? And they actually feed themselves to get oxygen and nutrients. And when a cancer actually does that, that is actually what allows tumors to actually grow wildly. In fact, studies in the lab have shown that without a blood supply, tumors can't grow beyond about 2 millimeters in diameter. That's the size of the tip of a ballpoint pen. But the moment blood vessels can actually grow up and touch that tumor and feed it, that tumor can grow 16,000 times in just 2 weeks' time. All right. So angiogenesis, which is normal for healing, good for our body. When tumors hijack it, the oxygen and nutrients allow the cancer to explode in growth. So tea, containing the catechins, cuts off the blood supply, prevents tumor angiogenesis. And that is one of the most powerful and important ways that green tea can actually be beneficial. Now, I like to drink green tea every day. In fact, I have a cup of it right here. Walk to walk. And I find it really relaxing. I drink green tea all throughout the day, especially in the evening. But green tea actually is something that goes back tens of thousands of years. If you look at Asia, tea plants naturally grew there, and they are hand-picked. They are dried under the sun. They are lightly roasted over fire, and then the process takes off in order to be able to convert them into different types of tea. You mix them with jasmine flowers for jasmine tea. You grind it into a powder to make matcha. You roast it deeper in order to be able to create black teas, which are also beneficial for your health, by the way. Not just green, but black is also good. Somewhere in between is oolong tea, which is kind of a medium tea. And then you can ferment tea. It's called pu'er, beautiful tea. But let's stick with green tea for a second. Green tea has these anti-cancer benefits. So one of the questions is how do you actually make the green tea, and how much should you drink? Well, listen, I like using loose leaf tea. You can actually brew it in a pot with hot water. Don't ever drink a tea with boiling water you just put in there. That scalding liquid has been shown to increase.
We agree, Dr. Lee. Several studies show that it's important not to drink tea hotter than 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius. It can increase the risk of esophageal cancer.
The risk of cancer because you're injuring the esophagus. So do not do that. Let the tea cool down. And actually, it takes that time of cooling down to also steep out the catechins. That's a little tip for you. And if you're using a tea bag, you want to dunk the tea bag, all right, in order to be able to shake out those catechins into the liquid. When it actually is cool enough to be able to sip comfortably, then sip it. 2 to 3 cups of tea a day actually has been shown to be beneficial for many different types of conditions. But the most important thing that I like is that it tastes great and it's actually relaxing, okay?
Thank you for joining me today as we uncovered the surprising truth and explored effective strategies to enhance your metabolic health. Remember to incorporate these top 5 foods into your diet and stay consistent with healthy eating habits. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who may benefit from it. Stay tuned for more insights on how to optimize your health through the power of nutrition. Until next time, here's to a healthier, happier you.